Today, we're looking at the 5 fastest growing suburbs in the Dallas-Fort Worth metroplex that you should consider moving to in 2024. Now, I've scoured data from across the web in addition to my own personal experience in helping clients buy here in Dallas-Fort Worth to bring you this list, which takes into account data from 2020 all the way to present day to determine the fastest growing suburbs throughout Dallas-Fort Worth. And I'll be giving you some details about each of these suburbs, why they're a great place to live, what put them on this list in the first place, and a few standout communities in each suburb that really put these suburbs on the map. Now let's get right into it with our first suburb on this list, which is Little Elm, Texas. Now what puts Little Elm on this list is the Census Bureau ranking at number 5 in the nation for the fastest growing populations for cities over 50,000 people. In 2021, Little Elm grew by 8% to a population of 55,000 people, and current estimates put Little Elm's population at the end of 2023 at just over 60,000 people, which is another 8.4% growth year over year. And Little Elm isn't showing signs of slowing down. With more room to build out around Lake Lewisville and along Highway 380, Little Elm is estimated to have a population of over 100,000 people by the year 2030. Considering the population of Little Elm was just 3,600 people in the year 2000, the growth has been astonishing. But what makes Little Elm a great place to live? First up, its positioning along Lake Lewisville makes Little Elm one of the more scenic suburbs to live in here in North Dallas, especially if you live in one of the many communities next to the lake. Little Elm is a suburb with a modern design with all of the conveniences that affords you, and it has some great parks that cater toward families, including Union Park near the Savannah and Paloma Creek communities, and Little Elm Park, which is filled with recreation such as Little Elm beach volleyball courts, a beachfront with paddleboard rentals, an amphitheater for live local performances, and it hosts many great events, such as last winter's Harry Potter's Forbidden Forest experience. Nearby, you can also enjoy the Cove at Lakefront Water Park to cool off in the summer, or head over to the east side of Little Elm and go to McCord Park, which has a splash pad and a large playground for kids to enjoy. McCord Park also has many great walking trails and a disc golf course. Little Elm used to be considered far North Dallas when it came to suburbs, but with other suburbs growing rapidly to the north in recent years, such as Prosper, Celina, and Aubrey, Little Elm is quickly becoming a more desirable location for those of you who are finding employment in neighboring cities like Plano and Frisco, and need a shorter commute than living farther north can provide. And you also have the benefit in Little Elm of more affordable homes in many cases, with communities that were developed in the early 2000s and up, rather than largely new builds only being available for purchase. The median home value in Little Elm is $427,000, and while there are many new, big, and expensive homes to buy here in Little Elm near the lake, Little Elm also offers some good opportunities for those who are looking for affordable 3 and 4 bedroom homes in the low to mid 300s. Like this currently listed home for $345,000 that offers a great sized backyard, with this home sitting on 0.21 acres. Now, homes like this move pretty quickly here in North Dallas, but there are always new homes coming up on the market. One thing I do have to mention is that Little Elm does fall a little bit short when it comes to its school district when you compare it to neighboring cities like Frisco, Prosper, Celina, and Aubrey, and even the other cities that made it onto this list. That being said, it is still an exceptional place to raise a family or buy a home, whether you have a family or not. And for the cost, Little Elm offers amazing value. There are also a few communities within Little Elm that are part of the Frisco Independent School District, so if you need help finding out where to live and are considering a move to Little Elm, you can check out my video on the best neighborhoods in Little Elm. And if you need help buying or selling here in Dallas-Fort Worth, reach out to me. I'm able to help whether you just have questions or you're ready to start looking for your next home right away. I offer a no pressure consultation to help you figure out your next steps. You can find all my contact information in the description of the video below, and feel free to text or call me anytime to get a conversation started. Celina is another city in North Dallas and is located just north of Prosper with about a 21-minute drive to Frisco, which will be the hub city that you'd be working in if you choose to live in Celina, and definitely your nearest stop for a night out. Celina has been booming in recent years due to the massive growth happening around Frisco and the surrounding North Dallas suburbs. And if you're looking for a hot suburb to get in on the ground floor, then Celina is going to be one of your best options on this list. The city of Celina has been focused on capital improvements that drive growth, and they have multiple projects in the works to help ease this transition from a sleepy Texas town to the inevitable boom city that it's going to be over the next few decades. That being said, if you're looking for a great place to invest in while enjoying the comforts of country living, then Celina is the town for you. It will be a long while before Celina feels like Frisco or Little Elm, probably a good decade or two. And in the meantime, you can enjoy the quiet atmosphere, country roads, and the new shops and dining options popping up regularly to service this growing suburban paradise and see a great city in the making. The schools here in Celina are competitive, currently ranked 221 out of 1,052 on niche.com for best school districts, and it's number 65 out of 964 for athletes here in Texas. And let me tell you, Celina invests big in sports and fitness. with the recently completed Celina High School varsity football stadium, which was completed in 2019 to the tune of $25 million. Celina is redeveloping their old football field into a park for all of its residents to enjoy. Celina has many projects like this in the works, including redeveloping downtown and adding a splash pad future for kids to enjoy on a hot summer day. The median home here in Celina goes for $550,000, and you can find options here in Celina from the high 300s all the way into the 8 figures if you're looking to own a luxurious horse ranch like this gorgeous 11,000 square foot home with 5 beds and 5 baths positioned on 25 acres. This home was built in 2019 and highlights some of the extravagance that's available here in Celina. That being said, there are plenty of options for more modest living here in Celina, and Celina will maintain its country appeal for a long while if you do decide to make it a home, with the city being very intentional about how it develops into the future. Next up, we have Northlake, which is a small town between the northern suburbs of Fort Worth and the southern reaches of Denton, which puts Northlake right in the path of development between two growth giants, and that makes Northlake an excellent place to call home. This also makes Northlake a great location for those who need to commute between Northlake, Denton, and Dallas. Northlake currently has an estimated population of just 13,000 residents, which is small on the face of it, but when you consider that as recently as 2020, Northlake only had about 5,500 residents, the growth has been explosive, growing more than 130% in just 4 years. Northlake's population is estimated to surpass 20,000 by 2028. You might be wondering how this is possible. After all, Northlake is one of the fastest growing suburbs, not just in Texas, but in the entire country. It is being accomplished with multiple master planned communities being developed in Northlake simultaneously, and there are options that fit different lifestyle needs. From Canyon Falls, which features more than a dozen amenities by the HOA, including front yard maintenance, frontier internet paid for by the community, a community pool, splash pads, trails, and so much more. Here in Canyon Falls, you can get a home starting in the mid 700s and going up toward $1 million for a move-in ready home. Northlake also features the community of Pecan Square, which is an astronomical planned community with its own town square, which features a building called the Greeting House, where you can go to get some work done without the distractions of family, and you can enjoy some coffee alongside fellow residents. It's also where the HOA meetings will take place. Another unique amenity here at Pecan Square is a building called the Arena, which hosts all sorts of events and is used as a music venue. A place to play indoor sports away from the heat like basketball and pickleball, as well as having a playground outside to keep the kids entertained while you have a neighborhood barbecue. Outside of the square, Pecan Square also has additional playgrounds, a dog park, a large community pool, and tennis courts, so you don't have to leave the community to keep on top of your fitness. Now, I could keep going on about Pecan Square, but for the sake of time, we have to move on. That being said, the best part about Pecan Square is that there are homes available here starting in the high 300s and going up to about $1 million. So chances are there's something within your budget here in Pecan Square. Now, whether you want to live in Pecan Square, Canyon Falls, or one of the other half dozen planned communities currently offering new homes here in Northlake, Texas, you can reach out to me day or night with questions or with help getting you and your family moved into your next home here in the Dallas-Fort Worth metroplex. I'm happy to provide you a no-pressure consultation to help you figure out the next step that you need to take so that you can make the right move for your family. So if you just have questions, you aren't sure about what you want to do, or you're ready to get connected with a loan officer today and start packing your things, I'm here to help you. Melissa is a suburb just north of McKinney and is another northern suburb of Dallas. Living in Melissa, you'll mostly find your entertainment in McKinney and Frisco, which is about a 30-minute commute. Getting into Dallas will be a trek with about an hour drive to get into the city. The commute aside, Melissa is the fastest growing suburb on the northeast side of Dallas, and as with most of these suburbs, the big draw is going to be the school district. Melissa ranks number 36 out of 1,052 for best school districts in Texas, which is very competitive here in the Dallas-Fort Worth area. Now, for new build communities in Melissa, you've also got about a dozen different options to choose from, with more new communities likely to break ground in the coming years, as Melissa has grown from about 14,000 residents to nearly 22,000 residents between 2020 and 2023. New homes here in Melissa are available in the mid 300s and they go up to the high 700s. Now, Melissa, like Celina, is a more affordable option for those who want the new build experience without the cost associated with cities like McKinney, Frisco, and Prosper. And when it comes to opportunities for new build communities, you have about a dozen options to choose from currently, with more developments likely to come over the next few years. One major development is Legacy Ranch, which is situated on the south side of Melissa, which gives you a great commute time into McKinney and further south. And there are currently move-in ready homes available for as low as $500,000, with this 4-bed, 3-bath home at 2,462 square feet being a prime example of what you can buy here in Legacy Ranch. If you're looking for something a little bit different though, feel free to reach out and I can show you all of your options here in Melissa or elsewhere in Dallas-Fort Worth, because there are a lot of options. And before I move move on to our last suburb on this list of the fastest growing communities. If school districts aren't a big concern for you, but you like the feel of living in Melissa, you should check out Anna, which is a great sister suburb of Melissa just to the north and offers some of the same benefits that you can enjoy here in Melissa. And both of these communities are sure to continue growing over the coming decades, with US 75 being expanded all the way up to Sherman. This corridor is the most likely path to development, even above communities like Celina, because without big road networks to get you from A to B, it's hard to develop a new community. And Melissa and Anna have that problem sorted out already, with US 75 already being a few years into a multi-year development project. And I'm sure that the development around Celina and Aubrey is going to continue to improve their transportation to accommodate the growth. But here in Melissa, you know that that's already underway. Haslet is our last suburb on this list, and this one is a northern suburb of Fort Worth that has seen its population nearly triple from 2020 to the time this video is recording at the start of 2024. Haslet is served by the Northwest Independent School District, which is ranked number 137 out of 1,052 best school districts in Texas, and it's the third best school district in Denton County. The benefits of living in Haslet is a short commute time into Fort Worth, and your proximity to Keller and Southlake to the east means no shortage of amenities nearby. And that's a major draw of Haslet, and what makes it a great community to live in. It's an affordable option for people who want to live and work around Southlake, Keller, and the other northern suburbs of Fort Worth, but they can't afford the prices of those communities. Or you just want to see your dollar stretch further, where you can buy larger, newer homes for less money. Another benefit of living in Haslet is being just 30 minutes away from Eagle Mountain Lake, which has some great trails, and there's a massive sandy beach called Twin Points Beach, where you can go to on a sunny day and enjoy swimming at the lake. In Haslet, we have 8 new build communities currently offering new homes. Prices range from the low to mid 300s, all the way up to the millions of dollars if you want to live in the Watercrest community, which has some homes starting at $800,000 and up. And these homes are 4 bedrooms, 3,200 square feet with 3-car garages. And all of the homes here in Watercrest are 1-story homes. Some amenities here in Watercrest include scenic hiking and biking trails, community ponds, an amenity center with a resort-style pool and beach entry, event lawn, and game courts, which are all under development. And as always, if you're looking to find the right new build home for you here in Haslet or elsewhere in Dallas-Fort Worth, you know how to reach me, so don't hesitate to reach out and I can help you find the right home for you and your family. I hope you've enjoyed this list of the 5 fastest growing suburbs here in Dallas-Fort Worth. And as you probably know, Dallas in general has been growing like crazy for well over a decade now. And the Dallas-Fort Worth metroplex offers some amazing amenities, and Dallas itself is often ranked in the top 5 for most modern big cities in America today. With nearly 8 million residents living in the Dallas-Fort Worth metroplex, there are a lot of places that you and your family can live, and I think there's a place for everyone here in Dallas. Whether you like the big city atmosphere with a lot to do, or you're seeking the quiet country life and you want to be surrounded by green pastures, horse ranches, and everything else that country life has to offer, so give me a call and we can work together to find that perfect place that fits your needs. And if you've got some spare time in your hands, check out another one of my videos above by clicking or tapping the screen. And don't forget to hit that subscribe button and stay tuned for my weekly videos all about moving to Dallas-Fort Worth.